Hey all, this is Dr. Jake Cleveland here. I am excited today to talk to you about elevator speeches. An elevator speech is a 30 to 45 second synopsis of who you are, the organization you work with, and what you seek to do within your role. Now the idea behind this is if you have just a short few seconds of communication with somebody, whether it's on an elevator or a phone call, an interaction at the coffee shop, you're able to effectively and quickly communicate what you need to about the mission you're on. Now, in order to do this, there are 4 steps that you have to take and practice to develop an effective elevator speech. The first is the intro and the hook. You need to be able to introduce yourself in an engaging way that helps people to engage and see the interest that you bring, right? So an effective intro and hook might be, hey, my name's Dr. Jake Cleveland. I work for a grassroots nonprofit based in Oklahoma. So in that quick introduction, you've learned who I am, and you've learned that I work for a grassroots nonprofit organization. Those are 2 interesting facts. It helps you to remember who I am, but also what makes us stand out. Is it the title, or is it maybe that we're a grassroots nonprofit? We started from Oklahoma. Quick intro and a quick hook. The second is solidifying what the problem is or what the gap is, right? So it might be, our organization exists because we see the workforce development problem in Oklahoma, and we see a gap in how we are effectively getting students from school into their medical careers. In just a few short seconds, they've learned that, man, there's a workforce development problem here in Oklahoma. There's a gap in how we're getting students directly into the workforce. The third is going to be your solution or your value proposition, right? And it might go something like this. We've seen this gap, but in order to reach this gap and to fill the gap, to bridge the gap, we have actually developed after-school programming where we bring clinical professionals into the school so the students don't have to go outside, find outside resources to be inspired and to change their future and be put on a path to a career in the medical field. So we shared the problem, but then we clearly shared the solution as well. You now know at its core what it is that the organization does. And then the last is going to be the ask or the call to action. Now, this is a very important part to get the conversation moving. So this might look like, we're really passionate about impacting people's lives, impacting students' futures here in the state. Is there an opportunity in your line of work that this could plug in and be beneficial? Or, we're really passionate about changing the future of our medicine here in the state of Oklahoma. Is there somebody in your life that could benefit from something like this? So when you put all 4 together, it might sound something like, hey, my name's Dr. Jake Cleveland. I work for a nonprofit that's based here in Oklahoma. It's called Youth Medical Mentorship. We identified that there's a gap in getting students from school into long-term successful careers in the medical field. In order to bridge that gap, we decided to create after-school programming where subject matter experts come into the schools and teach the students what it is they do and how they can become a clinician or a healthcare expert in that specific field. Now, is there somebody that you might know that would be interested in a program like this, or a student that you have that might benefit from a program like this? It's quick, it's short, it introduces who you are, the problem, the solution, and then there's always that call to action. Now, this is going to be rough at first. It takes practice. It's always a good idea to record yourself like this, to practice in the mirror, to practice in front of your friends and your family. Of course, it's uncomfortable, but it always comes out beneficial. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know what opportunity is going to present itself to you, but you always want to be prepared. Thank you, guys.